2 rounds to go. Etienne Jones on 56 points, Sean Sutherland on 48 points, David Panner on 46 points. These are our 3 main title contenders. We're here for round 15 of the 2003 GP4.1 season here at Indianapolis. Let's take a look at the grid in this very, very close last 2 rounds of the championship here. Sean Sutherland is our pole sitter, and he is of course second in the championship, 8 points behind Etienne Jones. That could play into his hands very well if he stays on top today. Tommy Toth qualifies second, another impressive qualifying from him. He will be very pleased with that one. Leighton de Choutenay qualifies in 3rd place, McLaren Dreisig in 4th place. Good from both of them. Kingsley Camisoto qualifies 5th, with Alex Aldermake 6th, Leo Goria 7th, and Ben Jones 8th. So good qualifying for Sauber in general. Constant Skywalker will qualify in 9th place, with Sam Nathaniel alongside. Etienne Jones and David Panner sharing the 6th row of the grid. Both of them are main title contenders, but if they qualify down there, it could go Sean Sutherland's way today. While Miguel Malvero in 13th place and Daniel Duarte in 14th will be hoping for more, especially Malvero, who is also in that hunt. An outside chance, but could still do it. Shane Aldemi 15th, Michael Clark 16th, 2 Minardis on the 9th row and 2 Jordans on the 10th row of the grid, with the arrows locking out the 11th row. And it's going to be a dry race here at Indianapolis, 15 laps. Let's go on with it. So we're here on the grid now, here for the United States Grand Prix. Sean Sutherland on the right here, Tommy Toth on the left. Who will get the better start? Can Panner or Jones make it through to the top group? We'll have to see what happens here. Looks like Sean Sutherland will get a great start there. Tommy Toth and Leighton de Choutenay dropping back a little bit. In fact, Leighton gets an amazing start too. Ferrari's darting away in 1st and 2nd. Tommy Toth down to 3rd place. Kingsley Camisoto 4th, followed by the rest of it. Etienne just had a good start as well, as he's up to 8th place. That will stand him good against David Panner. Not necessarily Sean Sutherland, although he does lose the lead to Leighton de Choutenay. And now he's going to have to watch out for Tommy Toth on the inside. They almost touched. They very nearly touched. Tommy Toth almost taking Sean Sutherland out of the race. That could have been a lot more carnage had just one wrong move been made there. Sean Sutherland is lucky to still be running in 2nd place then. Well, now Etienne Jones up to 6th place. A brilliant start for him. But he loses some momentum after running into the back of that Sauber there. Loses 6th place to McLaren Dreisig. And we have this little fight for the final point here, which David Panner now takes up into 8th place for him. Not sure how long he'll stay there though. While McLaren Dreisig also on the move, now taking possibly almost squeeze the inside actually, so it's Etienne Jones who loses a little time. He's now fighting for P6 once again. Tommy Toth still 3rd place behind the 2 Ferraris. He's holding on quite well. While Kingsley Camisoto tries to have a look. He'll now take 3rd place as we go on to lap 3. 2 Ferraris still side by side at the front. Leighton de Choutenay might be asked to move aside for Sean Sutherland for the championship. But let's not forget, Leighton de Choutenay still is in the championship fight. A very small outside chance for him, but it could still happen. There's yellow flags are at turn 1 for Leo Goria. What happened to him? Transmission problem. He's actually parked it, well, almost parked it in the middle of the track. But he's taking it down to the inside now, so might be able to avoid danger a bit more. Leighton now takes the lead. Ben Jones also mixing up with the top guys quite a bit. As I say that, he gets squeezed out for 6th place. Panner also catching this little group where Etienne Jones is as well. Can the 2 Ferraris make it through where Leo Goria crashed without a problem? They do. Sean Sutherland up into 1st place. Well, Etienne Jones is now in 5th, so he gained some time on that main straight there somewhere. Now he's going to have to watch out for McLaren Dreisig at least. Or maybe Etienne Jones actually making that move for 3rd place. Oh, there's a problem there for Kingsley Camisoto. Engine problem hit by the Sauber. of Ben Jones. And there's also Constant Skywalker, who drives into the debris there to the inside of the track, keeps it out of the wall. Take a look at what happened here. Kingsley just kind of blowing up. David Pano very, very lucky to avoid everything there. On board with Ben Jones. Just gonna punt Kingsley Kamisoto. So Constant Skywalker now out of the race as well. And who's this losing time? It's the Williams and Miguel Rivera being held up by the Sauber of Ben Jones entering the pits. That promotes Alex Loldemex and Michael Clark into 7th and 8th place. Panout still behind this little group where Etienne Jones is. Etienne Jones had a dream start though, up 8 places. So that could minimise his losses to Sean Sullivan by quite a bit. These two Ferraris still side by side. Leighton's shooting in. I'll take him. Etienne Jones is in the wall. What has happened here? McLaren Dreisig also missing wheels. David Panout missing a wing. This has all gone the way of Sean Sutherland now. What exactly happened here? So, Etienne Jones kind of turned in on McLaren Dreisig. That one was on him, I believe. McLaren Dreisig didn't really have anywhere to go. He's now out of the race after running in a very good position. Tommy Toth gets through without any damage. Pano isn't so lucky with that one. He missed out on damage last lap, but not this time as he just hits a stray wheel. Now on board with Etienne Jones, who's out of this race, so a championship leader. This could mean big things for the championship here. And Pano will now have to pit, unfortunately for him. Tommy Toth now clear in 3rd place. Duarte and Loldemex are up to 56th. Michael Clark in 4th place, brilliant from him. Since he started 16th, I believe, he's up 12 places. Unbelievable in just 6 laps. We're talking Macandrew in Hungary kind of thing here. Two Ferraris get very close to touching, where Etienne Jones was taken out last lap. Leighton's shooting near, kind of boxed in a little bit by that arrows. Both Ferraris still 1 and 2 though. Going perfectly in Maranello for now. Shaunton, of course, one of the most famous duos from GP4. Still side by side. They've been basically side by side for 7 laps now. Just don't do anything stupid, the Ferrari team are probably thinking. Especially, you know, Sean Sutherland, who is well within a high chance of winning this championship. 2nd place in the standings, of course. He doesn't want to lose this one at all. But if he keeps going side by side through there with Leighton shooting him, he might do that. Meanwhile, we still have this battle for 4th place going on. Michael Clark actually losing some time there. Probably just thanks to the back markers. I don't believe he has a problem. No, he does not. He does lose 4th place to Alex Loldemex. Ronan McAndrew now up to 7th in all of this. Sam Nathaniel in 8th. Miguel Rivera is still 9th place. 10th place Shane Odeyemi. Something must have happened to Jordi Alvarez since he's a lap down. Had to pit earlier in the race. I'm not sure what really went on with him. As we're now more than halfway through the race, just about to start lap 9, this could all go the way of Sean Sutherland at this point. All he has to do is coast home for 7 laps. But Leighton de Chutinier does want this win. In the end, as much as they're a team, they're also against each other to take that title home. Of course, they did come together in Japan, the two Ferraris. They don't want a repeat of that here in Indianapolis. Alex Loldemex now, after his awful luck in the first part of the season, seems to be on a good point scoring streak. Though going 3 wide with his lap teammate and Michael Clark probably isn't the best idea. He backs out wisely though. Daniel Duarte also in 6th place, scored a podium last race in Japan after 7 DNFs in a row before that. So could this be the start of something good for the Spanish driver? Thinks about making it 4 wide, but wisely decides not to go there. Everyone sort of seems to be very slow there. Ben Jones holding up this group quite a bit. Possibly to help out his teammate, I'm not sure. 2 Ferraris still at the front, miles in front of everyone else. McLaren and Williams kind of got bogged down in the pack. Especially Etienne Jones and Kingsley Kamisoto and David Panner, who are all running decently well, all eliminated from this fight in some form or another. I don't know if David Panner is still running. He's out of the race. Oh, he is. There he is, 12th place. Still within a chance of points maybe if there's more action through the race. These two still messing around for the lead of the race. Jean Todt will be watching this one very nervously, as Duarte now comes through for 4th place, but Alex Aldermix and Michael Clark are by no means out of his sight. Ronan McAndrew also on for a very good points finish again. He's mid-table in the championship on 20 points in a Minardi. Very, very impressive stuff from the Irish driver. And he's definitely in the talks for a top seat next season. Williams, McLaren, a possibility for both of those teams. Or they could just renew Miguel Alvaro or David Panner or Kingsley Kamisoto. We'll have to find out in this very, very exciting silly season. And these two, meanwhile, both confirmed at Ferrari until 2005. And they're showing us why right now, battling side by side for now 12 laps it's been. 1st and 2nd in the United States Grand Prix. Amazing stuff from them. Sean Sutton now takes the lead of the race. Leighton almost hitting Big Shaq actually. That would have been interesting. Tommy Toth still in a solid 3rd place. We still have 16 runners in this race. It's going to be a high finishing rate. Now Simon Nathaniel caught up to the back of Ronan McAndrew. Takes 7th place. There will be some battling from these two though as we get towards the end of this race now. 2 laps to go and it looks like Sean Sutton has a bit of a lead on Leighton de Chutenier at least. One that could probably hold him out for 2 laps as he searches. He'll gain 10 points in the championship here and that will put him in the lead, 2 points ahead of Etienne Jones, which I did not see coming. David Panner will not be in it anymore as he will be 12 points back. And will anyone else be in it? I believe not. Leo Gloria's out. Miguel Alvaro is in 10th place. He could still get points as he's in this kind of battle for 7th place. But again, very unlikely for him to get the win he needs. Sean Sutton starts his final lap now. 6/10 ahead of Leighton de Chutenier. And if it finishes like this, it will be Sean Sutherland on 58 points, Etienne Jones on 56, David Panner on 46 points. And Leighton de Chutenier, I completely forgot about him. He's also in the championship battle. He'll be on 51 actually by the end of this, which means it will be a fight to the in Brazil even between Sutherland, Jones, and de Chutenier. And Sean Sutherland then will come around the final corner of the oval. He will win the United States Grand Prix for Ferrari. His teammate coming in just about. The first 1-2 of the sim. Incredible stuff. Is there a problem there on the back straight for someone? It's Ben Jones who ends up retiring from the race anyway. Transmission problem for him. Tommy Toth will finally get his 3rd podium of the year. It could have been more podiums this year, but nonetheless he will be happy with that one today. Of course, very unlucky in Mexico he was, but this makes up for it. And Miguel Alvaro will end up getting that final point with a bit of help from the arrows. Ronan McAndrew unlucky to miss out on points there. Shane Odimi 7th place, Michael Clark 6th, Alex Aldermix 5th, Daniel Duarte just missing out on a 2nd podium in a row in 4th place, but a very solid finish for him, and that becomes BAR's 4th place of the year. And that is the end of the United States Grand Prix. Short but sweet race. Here's the final results, and anything could have happened today, but it's all gone the way of Sean Sutherland, who will now go into Brazil with a 2-point advantage over Etienne Jones. Only 60 NFs, which is quite low, especially since before the season began I did a practice race here and we had 5 finishes, one of them being an arrows, so it turned out quite different today. And here's the lap chart, always a bit of a mess when it comes to ovals, but here you can just see the 2 Ferraris kind of at the front just demolishing everyone else. Always a fun one to watch, and the fastest lap goes to goes to Etienne Jones, who didn't finish this race after a big crash. And so, our 3 main title contenders going into the final race. David Pennell missing out after retiring from the race at some point. So that will be Sean Sutherland in first, Etienne Jones in second place, and Leighton de Choutenay in third. We will see you in 2 days' time, actually, in Brazil. Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. I'll let you know the time closer to the date. Thank you very much for watching. See you at the finale.